Top of the morning, my name is Edward and today we are going for our next black border, and the next black border we're going for it's gonna be Hedge. And yet again, I'm not going today for something fancy. I will go with something that it's already tried, because I want to just chill a little bit. I'm a little bit tired and I had a pretty long day, and fortunately it ended up in a somewhat good manner because it was quite a challenge today. So let me tell you a story, a little bit of what happened to me, and as I say the story I will probably just place some towers in the background. So today unfortunately I had to call an ambulance for my granddad. Today is the second day in a row that I had to do that, because he was feeling really unwell. Unfortunately he's a one stubborn person and he was no eager to go to the hospital even in a face of very dangerous situation. He had said to me, I'm not going, and just to add a little bit of context, back in the days, couple of years back, when he had literal heart attack, as he was having it, he was screaming to family members not to call the ambulance because he's not going anywhere. Just because he wasn't able to take phone from them was the reason that he didn't actually took it from them. So what I'm trying to say, he doesn't like hospital, he doesn't like doctors, and this, whatever the hell it is, fear or phobia, I have no really idea, is really strong. And yesterday I called an ambulance because there was a need for it. He had very high sugar, it was like 311, and just to give a little bit of context, I believe it's like deadly and dangerous numbers are above 150, so it's double than that. But it was recommended that he go to the hospital, but without his agreement they cannot take him involuntarily, so they didn't take him. He refused like 5 times when the guys from the ambulance said, you should go to hospital, are you sure you're not going, are you refusing to go? And he said yes, I'm not doing that. Told them that multiple times, like 5 times at least. I told him thrice and he refused to go, so they weren't able to do anything forcefully. Therefore they just give their recommendation to go and see doctor so that we can get prescription for insulin, which is needed. But of course my granddad also doesn't want to take that, because as far as he's concerned I don't need that, which of course isn't the case. But anyway, I'm gonna get camo detection, so I want that I took some camo around. Moving into the same day, which means yesterday, into the evening, 11 p.m. at night, he had an extreme pain in his stomach. And I said to him, man, that ain't no joke. You need to go to hospital, you know it, I know it. But he was just so stubborn. He said, even if you call an ambulance, I'm not going. I'm gonna say I'm not going, they won't take me, which is the case. So I wasn't able to do anything at that time. I'm gonna get just some upgrades in here. And I was kinda stuck without being able to do anything. So the night was pretty difficult, because every 1 hour or so I woke up because I thought I'm hearing him. Just to give a little bit of context, because I forgot to say that his legs are swelling. He's lost his sight. He permanently has lost his sight in one eye. That was a couple of years ago. And then on the second eye, he sees like through the fog. With diabetes and high sugar levels, he lost his sight completely while he have this high sugar level. He's swelling, he's disorientated, he is effectively blind for the moment being. And so through entire night, every 1 hour or so I woke up. I couldn't sleep really well. I was stressed, I was a little bit worried, and I was checking up on him, whether he's roaming around the house thinking he's lost or not, because he also had hallucination with that. He was in home while thinking he's in a forest, so that was a little bit of an odd one for me, because it was quite a shocker when I had found him in the middle of the room and he said to me, help me get back to the car because I found the dog. I said, what do you mean you found the dog? And he said, well, I was walking through the forest entire night. I said, the fuck you talking about? You're in the room all the time, you haven't left the room. And she said, no, I'm in the forest. So I said, oh god, well, that's brilliant. Anyway, following into the next day, it's a morning. He's in tremendous pain. You can see this, you can visually see this just by looking at him, that he's suffering. And he's suffering, let me get more towers. So I have seen that he's suffering, around 63, but we're pretty good. And I said to him, you know, that ain't no joke, you're in bad condition, I cannot leave you alone in the house, I cannot go to shop, I cannot go to visit Granny in hospicium. Just to give you even a little bit more context, my Granny is currently having cancer and she's in 4th stage. She is in pretty much last stages of her life, and at any minute right now she's gonna pass away, and the only thing you can do is to comfort her and be with her and visit her every now and then. And I'm seeing her every day for like last 2 or 3 months. The time flies for me right now, and because of his condition and because I needed to be here for him, I couldn't go to her. Well, her condition 4 days ago got even worse, to the point where right now she cannot even move her head. She had lost completely ability to control her body. She can just make some noises. So the conversation with her is a little bit odd, because what is happening is, first and foremost, you have to say to her that, okay, just make some noise when we're gonna say something, and when you say something she's gonna make noise or not, and that's how conversation goes. So let's say, for example, that you wanna ask what color do you like of that thing, and just make a noise whenever you hear the color you like. So you go through the colors, you say black, you say white, you say purple, and so on, and whenever she hears the color she likes, she can do the noise, right? So this is how it's looking right now. And I said to my grandfather, well, because of your condition I cannot go to see her, I cannot go and comfort her. You're not alone in that, even if you don't want to go to the hospital. You're not the only one in this. I cannot go to her, I cannot go to shop, I cannot buy things to home which are needed, I cannot walk the dog. You need to take it seriously. And I think eventually this is what's gotten into him. And I said that regardless of what he's gonna say, I'm calling the ambulance. And I said to him that I don't want to hear any of that I'm not going to hospital stuff. And thanks to God, fortunately, he decided not to resist that. And moving forward, he ended up being in critical condition. He was in need of surgery. Possibility of him dying was very high. And the doctor said even if they succeeded in doing the surgery, it still doesn't mean that it's gonna be an easy life moving forward, that it's gonna be tough for him. That was very stressful because we didn't know whether he's gonna die or not, and that was like a second tragedy on top of our granny. And thanks God he survived the surgery. However, he needs medical support to be able to breathe, and he's asleep right now, and the doctors say they do not know when he will wake up, and they cannot give me even an approximate number, because I ask, okay, you don't know when he will wake up, but can you tell me what's usually happening? Is it like 1 day? Is it 3 days? Is it 5 days? Is it 7 days? Is there a median on an average that you can give me that is reliable? And they said that unfortunately that's not the case, because it's different for every person, and it is just something they cannot tell me honestly. And I say, okay, that's fine. So that's problem number 1. We don't know when he will wake up. And the problem number 2 is that he cannot breathe on his own. And at least for now, he needs like medical equipment to do that. And moving forward, they will only know if he can when he wakes up. And right now they cannot do any promises. They cannot speculate. And it's a little bit of a waiting game for us right now. You know, the first step of him surviving the surgery is here, so that's something. But it still was a fairly stressful day. So that was my day, and I just want to talk about it a little bit. Therefore I went for something that was tried in this game mode, so that I know I won't lose with some of the new strategies that I need to focus on. And tell you what, recent months, recent weeks were fairly tough, but I started this YouTube channel, and for a lot of the time I need to be at home all the time in case of help being needed, but I'm also capable to find within the home a few seconds for myself, and DDTs are here. And making this YouTube channel was very helpful, you know, having something to keep your mind busy, just having simultaneously a little bit of escapism, and I don't know, I just wanted to say that. And now we're deep into the 90s, almost at 95, but it looks like we're gonna be fine. We're gonna get super brittle effect pretty soon. I'm just worried about 95, but before 95 a lot of money is coming, so maybe I'll have 30,000. No, it doesn't look like it. First is a bunch of purple hearts, I believe, and then DDTs are coming. We'll see if we're strong enough for DDTs, because there's a lot of them. But it looks like we're fine. So right now for Purple Friend, I guess I want to get Super Brittle to multiply our damage, and then I'm gonna get Mob Eliminator, because that's probably have the best DPS versus Purple Friend. Oh god, that was one long day. And then again, I already tried to record this episode earlier when I had a little bit of time. Right now I'm more free because my granddad is in hospital. My granny is in hospitium. I'm gonna upgrade that since I don't have money for that. And then I'm gonna get another one of those guys. Are we enough? Yes. So, and there we go, another CHIMPS mode completed, another victory. Let's see the border. Oh, and then we get that again. Of course I'm taking farm. You gotta be a farmer, man. There's no way you're not taking a farm if you're a real monkey farmer. And let's see the border. So there is this, another black border, and I kinda lost my train of thought. Oh, I was speaking about that I have a little bit more time for myself right now because Granny is in hospitium, Granddad is in hospital, so I'm not required to take care of them, and I have a little bit of more time for myself finally. And if you enjoyed the video, please hit a like and subscribe, and see you in the next one, guys.